And then he goes on to say, you only need a few good stocks in your lifetime. You don't need to make a lot of 10. If you hit 10 baggers, you don't need many of them in your lifetime. I mean, how many times do you need a stock to go up tenfold to make a lot of money? It's not a lot. I agree with him. And one of the things we were talking about in last week's live stream was how many stocks do you hold at one time? And I was saying, well, Druckenmiller was saying not to hold too many, kind of like 5 to 10, I think he was saying, or 4 or 5, 6, 7, something like that. And I was saying, wow, I have like 30, and a lot of the popular advice on YouTube is like, hold 30 or 40. That way you're diversified, kind of thing. And I was kind of like, yeah, I have 30 or 40, but actually one of the things that starts to happen for those of you who've been watching the channel for a little while, like I'm like really interested in AMD and learning about the whole semiconductor industry right now. And that's kind of like taking all my time, and people are like, dude, what about Tattooed Chef? Dude, what about Nokia? Dude, what about Dropbox? And I'm like, yeah, I am interested in those and I haven't sold them, but I don't have time to make videos on them. And I don't have that much time to actually like do thorough research on all of these stocks all of the time. And that's only 7 stocks kind of thing. So yeah, that's one of the struggles I'm trying to figure out at the moment, where it's like, yeah, let's pare it down and really focus on the ones that I think could be, 5 or 10 baggers, something like that. Let me know in the chat section. Let me know in the chat section if you guys what your thoughts are about what he's saying here. You only need a few good stocks. How many stocks do you hold? Then they go on to say in the interview, Peter Lynch, what was your secret? This one's interesting. Well, I think the secret is if you have a lot of stocks, some will do mediocre, some will do okay, and if one or two of them go up big time, you produce a fabulous result. And I think that's the promise to some people. Some stocks go up 20 to 30%, and they get rid of it and they hold on to the dogs. And it's sort of like watering the weeds and cutting out the flowers. You want to let the winners run. When the fun ones get better, add to them. And that one winner, you basically see a few stocks in your lifetime. That's all you need. I mean, stocks are out there. When I ran Magellan, I wrote a book. I think I listed over 100 stocks that went up over tenfold when I ran Magellan, and I own thousands of stocks. I own so he's saying, I owned thousands of stocks, but I didn't own any of those ones that went up tenfold. I didn't own a single share of them, and I still managed to do well with Magellan. So he missed out on all these home runs, but the fund still did really well. So there's lots of stocks out there, and all you need is a few of them. So that's been my philosophy. You have to let the big ones make up for your mistakes. In this business, if you're good, you're right 6 times out of 10. You're never going to be right 9 times out of 10. This is not like pure science where you go, aha, and you've got the answer. By the time you've got, aha, Chrysler's already quadrupled or Boeing's quadrupled. You have to take a little bit of risk.